Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Yetiness here, and I'm back with what's going to be hopefully a pretty cool series. There's been a YouTube channel that I've been watching a lot of recently called Rock Reacts, and as you may be able to glean from the name, they do reaction videos. It's run by these two British guys, represent, called Simon Miller and John Denton, and essentially what they do is reaction videos. But they have a series which is arguably the most popular series on their channel, which is essentially they are metalheads. One of them is a bit more into hip hop than the other, and he knows a bit of hip hop. The other one doesn't know as much, but in essence, they're metalheads, and that is what their main series is metalheads react to hip hop. They do reactions to all sorts of other stuff, like for example, metal. Just like some jokes. They've done some Logan Paul in the past, which have been pretty funny actually. They do all sorts of reaction stuff. One of their main series is Metalheads React to Hip Hop, and I haven't watched it a ton recently. I think it's great to just sit back and relax and enjoy. I think it's great to see other people react to songs that you know that you really love. Seeing them hear it for the first time and just be like, so when they did the Caterpillar, they did the Chloris Epic remix. Watching them just being like, I was like, that was great to watch. I enjoy watching that. But similarly, what's really enjoyable is their perspective and approach to music. They're really open-minded with it. They are writers themselves, so they're really appreciative of the lyrics. There's a lot of comparisons that they do when they're listening to the hip-hop. They might talk about it compared to metal. They might compare it to different things in metal or different songs, the similarities and the differences. And they're really open-minded. I think that's really awesome. And I'm someone who has been a hip-hop head for as long as I've really enjoyed music. I'd say I've been listening to hip-hop since I'm only 19, but I've been listening to hip-hop since I was like 11, so years and years and years. I actually grew up raised by sort of rock and metal and stuff, but it never really grabbed me. My dad is a huge rock and metal fan. He's always listening to music and the new stuff that comes out. He'll listen to old stuff, classic stuff, over and over again. His iPod is probably like his prized possession. My mum is also a big music fan as well. Rock and metal as well, but maybe she doesn't listen to it as much. But especially now that I live with my dad now. I live at my dad's, and he's always got music playing. I thought it'd be interesting, even though I was raised by those people, or they split up when I was quite young, but separately by the people that raised me, metalheads basically is what I'm trying to say. But it was Eminem, Curtain Call, and Marshall Mathers LP that my dad had. I used to just listen to those two albums on repeat and repeat and repeat. Even when I was listening to rock, I'd still come back to those albums, and it was those two albums that ended up sticking with me and carrying me through to be the hip hop head that I am today. So I wanted to do a bit of a reverse of what John Denton and Simon Miller do over at Rock Reacts, who I will link in the description, because if it wasn't for them doing that, I probably never would have been inspired to do this. I want to do a similar thing. I want to do a metalhead reacting to hip-hop. As time goes forward, I'm probably going to do some hip-hop stuff as well, maybe some stuff that I really like and already know, maybe some new stuff, similar to what they do, just because it's fun. It's a fun thing to do, and like they said when they first started, it's like a new way to really break down and analyse music, and as I'm looking, I just realised that I don't even have my earphones plugged in, which is a fantastic start. You're going to have to bear with me on the setup. I've never really done anything like this before. I'm currently using my phone to record this, because my camera wasn't charged, but my phone does 1080p, so should be fine. My lighting is awful because I have a window right next to me which blasts me from that side, and then a light right above me which is a different colour to the natural light. It's like bright orange. My lighting isn't very good. It never has been. I also don't have room behind me. I'm sat on my bed. I don't have room for a really cool like green screen setup to have like a picture of the artist in the background. And the two channels that I watch regularly, Rock Reacts and Lost in Vegas, they both have that, and I think it's dope. But I physically do not have room. Maybe I could stick some green to the wall at some point if I have a better camera that will be able to pick it up a little bit better. Maybe I'll get some better lighting. I probably won't though, because I'm a student and I'm trying to save up money. But regardless, I'm going to cut and untangle my earphones. Right, earphones untangled. Right, the first song I'm ever going to be doing, and the thing about Rock Reacts, they did quite well. I don't know, the first one they did was gang related. I don't know where they got the idea to do that from, but they did really well in terms of getting viewers and subscribers really quick, and in turn getting a lot of recommendations, which was obviously great for them. I feel like the same is not going to happen to me, because I've been doing YouTube for a very long time. It hasn't really worked out for me yet. But if that happens, awesome. If you have any suggestions for metal songs, hip-hop songs, fuck it, any music at all, if you want me to react to, put it in the comments. I'd really appreciate that. I went on YouTube and typed in metal. First thing that popped up a playlist, it was like the 100 greatest metal songs of all time. The very first song, Metallica, Master of Puppets, which funnily enough was the first song that the Rock React guys ever did on the channel, and it's a song that they love. I don't think I've heard it, and this is the thing with not having any sort of community yet to base my suggestions on, is, see, I'm not 100% sure I've heard it. I know for a fact that I've heard one, because I was in Guitar Hero, Guitar Hero 3 I think, which we had. I know I've heard 1, and I know I've heard Enter Sandman because I've heard it secondhand on the radio growing up when my dad was listening to rock radio all the time. Rest in peace, it's now Rock Excess and it's not quite the same anymore, but I also don't listen to it, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think I've heard Master of Puppets, but I've heard of it a ton. So we're going to listen to it. Let's get going. I've got the lyrics up on the screen because I'm a hip-hop guy, so I'm a lyric guy. Let's get into it. Immediately, thumbs up in Metallica is part of your soul. So I already know this is going to come up a lot with metal. The songs are long. This one's 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes. 1, which is the next recommended video, is 7 minutes. It happens. There's long hip-hop songs too. I know they've done Sing For Me. And Logic 1, Under Pressure, which are both quite long. Sing For Me? Sing About Me? Sing About Me, isn't it? I'm dying of thirst. Alright, so there's going to be a lot of pauses for copyright reasons. First of all, this is what I'm getting. So, first listen ever. I'm sure I've not heard this before. I could be completely wrong with my interpretation of these lyrics. As I said, I'm a hip-hop guy, so I'm a lyrics guy. I'm always going to look into the lyrics. From my perspective, something to do with death, which I've gathered. Master of Puppet, is it maybe something to do with either drugs or alcohol? The lyrics, I should have got them up on Genius so I could look back and read through them instead of just having them on screen. I'll probably do that in the future, actually. I think it's something to do with drugs or alcohol, because it's saying, you know, just one taste, more is all you'll want, but I'm killing you. Something that drugs and alcohol do. That's what I'm getting so far. We're a minute and a half into an 8.5 minute song, so there could be more. There will be more. I'll tell you what, I bet is really fucking awesome. I love going to concerts and gigs and stuff. I bet this is dope. I bet the master. That sounds like arena shit, like having an arena of people just like yelling that out. I bet that's fucking dope. And yeah, the guitars. This is a big thing that I've learned from Rock Reacts. Is metal. A lot of metal is about feeling it, regardless of whether the lyrics are necessarily the strongest or not. Although I will say, they're not overly complicated, but I think the lyrics are quite strong in this, because there's definitely some sort of message slash theme to this. It's not just like random shit and it's mostly focused on the guitar. I think the guitar with this is definitely, I don't want to say definitely the focal point. I forget the name of the singer, I do know it. He's a very talented singer. I can hear that in his voice already. I don't know who writes the lyrics for them, whether it is the singer or whether the band do it as a whole. Very talented singer is what I'm saying. The lyrics, the guitar's the focal point. In my opinion, music's very subjective. Everyone can listen to it however you want. You can focus on whatever you want, interpret lyrics however you want, or the feel of it. But I know that metal is a big feel sort of genre. You can definitely feel it. The guitar, huge part of it, and this is something which I'm definitely going to be able to develop opinions more so on as I move forward, as we listen to more and more metal music. But it's just a banging song. This is like, it really gets your energy going. Like, it's just good. It's just, I can imagine being in an arena and having it all around. See, that's what I mean about the lyrics. What was that? Needlework away. Needlework the way, never you betray. Life of death becoming clearer. it sounds cool. It, I don't know if I fully grasp what he's talking about. That could be me. That could be me. Oh. Yeah, 100% wasn't seeing this coming, I'll be honest. 5 more minutes of song though, so I'm glad it changed. I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have lost interest, I can't lie to you. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about when I mean, like, about it being a feeling genre, because this is, I guess you call it a riff. It's not really a solo because you can hear the drums in the background, but that's music. You're listening. There's no vocals. There's no lyrics. That's something you definitely don't get a lot in hip hop, where it's just the beat, so to speak. Because a lot of the time the beat is like a melody with some drums over it. It's the lyrics are the focal point of hip hop. That's why it sort of exists. It's a poetry, and the beat's there to sort of supplement it. You know, there's like a hook. Sometimes there might be like a vocal sample in the background, something like, it's just coming to mind, I know it's not the best example, but Nice What by Drake, where it's got the Lauryn Hill sample that goes all through the back of the song. It's very rare in hip hop where you get like a minute longer. I know there'll be people who go, oh, there's like way longer ones, but in this, for example, it'd be like a minute, 2 minutes of just some music. Because in hip hop, you listen to it, you can't just, what are you going to do, just listen to some hi-hats and snares for a minute? It doesn't really work the same way. Immediate difference I'm noticing, and it works. It's compelling. Okay, seems like a perspective switched. It's not the master saying, I'm your master and you're seeking me. It's saying, master, master, where's the promises I was after. Just I'm sure everyone had noticed. Perspective's been switched. I noticed.
Laughter, laughter. All I hear or see is laughter, laughter, laughter. Laughing at my cries.
That's good. See, I saw Eminem recently. Supporting him was Prophets of Rage. If you don't know Prophets of Rage, Rage Against the Machine plus Public Enemy plus Cypress Hill, sort of as Be Real and Chuck D, Rage Against the Machine. Tom Morello was doing all sorts of crazy stuff with his hands. This is not easy to do. I don't know the name of the guitarist from Metallica, because let's be honest, why would I? I don't know Metallica. If this is like the most popular song of all time, potentially one of their most popular songs. I've never heard it before. Of course, I don't know the name of their guitarist, but that's insane. I can immediately I could just feel it. I can feel him wiling out on that guitar and just going crazy with it. Just listening to it, I can feel that like channeling through my ears, and it's ballistic. That's fucking awesome. Kind of a bit of self-reflection on the previous line there, I feel. No, I get where it's going, but I do also see, yeah, the lyrics. aren't the main thing. The message is there and that it's doing its job, but yeah, I guess the grammar maybe is weirdly constructed, and that's fine because I think music, that's a big thing in hip hop too. Is a lot of the time people construct sentences. To be fair, the sentences usually individually sentences work. People might pronounce words in ways that they aren't usually pronounced to make things rhyme. So I understand moving sentences around, moving words around. It's a poetry, it's a craft, and I think it's great. But yeah, it's sort of, I don't know. The words work. Like I said, the song is making sense to me. It just, you can definitely pick certain lines and go, that doesn't really make a great deal of sense, but that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to observe. Yeah. 8 minutes, 36 seconds. I paused a few times to talk, and I'll cut it up even more in the final video. That was 8 minutes that I felt, dude. That was cool. That was really cool. Hell of a starter to get me into it. If it's all that dope, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully there's enough variety to spice it up though, because there's a lot of variety in hip hop. Yeah, it was interesting. And what was interesting as well is you might feel like a certain to me metal is a really specific vibe. It's like energy and like anger, yeah. But halfway through, or like a third of the way through, it like broke down a bit, and it was like a bit more mellow, and then it went back to the energy. So it's interesting. I don't know if you could do this in the same sort of way you do with hip hop. You have like a playlist of all your chill songs, playlist of all your like dancey songs, and blah blah blah. You couldn't. I don't know. It's weird, but I think it's awesome because it makes it more of a piece. I think. The way it sort of progresses from like, oh, angry energy, blah blah blah, and then it sort of it naturally goes down into like the valley a little bit, and it mellows out, and then it sort of crescendos back to the energy. I think it all comes together quite nicely. It's like a project as one song by itself, which I think is awesome. But I think it's interesting the way they mix the vibes up together. Either way, it was dope. I feel the energy, and I was only gonna do one of these videos. Fuck it, let's do a whole session. Let's listen to some more. The next one in the playlist was "Hallowed Be Thy Name," which is one of the few Iron Maiden songs. And there's a lot of Iron Maiden songs I don't know, but I know most of the big Iron Maiden songs. That's one of the ones. It's my dad's favorite Iron Maiden song. I know that, and I don't think I actually know that one. So we might do "Hallowed Be Thy Name" next. Thank you for watching. Check out Rock Reacts in the description for inspiring the series. I'm gonna go and listen to "Hallowed Be Thy Name" because why the fuck not? Hopefully it didn't look too bad because I'm not used to being in front of the camera, so I don't know how to act really. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.